Welcome to your Championship hot takes as Sheffield United and Sunderland keep up the pressure in this intense Championship title race. And three other teams with a win last night have set themselves up for a perfect 9-point week. Yes, it's Wednesday and we're doing hot takes. If you like it, we'll keep doing this during these mid-week rounds. Give you a little bit of an update. It feels, even though people love to tell me it's too soon to talk about this and that, it feels like business is about to really pick up. It's going to be 15 to go and 10 to go before you know it. So it feels like there's enough storylines to justify it. And up at the top of the table, Sheffield United and Sunderland threw down the gauntlet to Leeds and Burnley, who both play tonight with wins once again. And when I look at Sheffield United at the top of the table, maybe I see Leeds United kind of moving smoothly and efficiently. And when I look at Sheffield United, I see this club clawing and scrapping and punching their way. And they seem to be overcoming adversity week after week. And they go down to Swansea, big long journey, busy week. They go behind. Chris Wilder's words, not mine. He said they were terrible in the first half. Triple substitution. Goal immediately. Brewster scoring at Swansea, where maybe still we can say he did his best Championship work in that loan spell back in, was it 1920? There's a red card into the bargain and Harrison Burrows comes up with a penalty to win the game. And you just get this idea from Sheffield United, me from the outside looking, that there's just something happening there and they're just doing what it takes and getting the job done over and over again this season. A lot of credit to Chris Wilder, particularly when you do make that Hail Mary sub. Okay, easier to do it at 1-0 down and, when you have to chase the game. But he's done it again. They've come up with the goods. And where are we with Sheffield United? 58 points from 28 games, obviously on the board. They've recorded 60, so they're over the 2 points per game by 2 points on the table and by 4 points in terms of performance. 3 straight wins. They're on for the 9-point week. And again, let me know if you agree or disagree with my narrative that if maybe other clubs Leeds are maybe moving kind of smoothly and maybe Burnley are impossible to beat and Sunderland, who we'll talk about in a second, to kind of define the odds against the three parachute teams. My perception of Sheffield United is this wily, wiry fighter who just will not be knocked down this season. And that can take you over the line and that can be the difference. Let me know your thoughts on Swansea 1, Sheffield United 2. Maybe a slightly easier game for Sunderland, but they got that job done, didn't they? Down they go to Darby, who were struggling and had no centre-backs for the game. But Sunderland are super consistent. They're super durable away from home. It's another clean sheet. Mayenda gets the winning goal. A bit of a strange disallowed goal that probably should have stood as well. But it is what it is, and Sunderland take the 3 points. And I keep saying about Sunderland, and you must take this as a compliment, Sunderland fans, and not cry when I say just stay in the conversation. It is fantastic what Sunderland are doing. 10 points in 4, and let's be fair, should have been 12 points in 4 after missing 2 penalties at Burnley. And we hope that doesn't turn out from a Sunderland point of view to be this big kind of thing that we'll look back on as a missed opportunity. But brilliant run for Sunderland. And I will maintain they are in the title race. They've just got to keep pace. As I say, Leeds are kind of moving very efficiently and Burnley are incredibly durable. Sheffield United just are clawing their way towards maybe like a 90-95 point total. Just keep pace. And Sunderland are really well coached and all of these young players seem to be kind of peaking at the same time, and that's all working out. I'm going to maintain what I've said. If they can just hang in there, even on the tailcoats, even if it's 4th place at Easter, they are really in this title race and they've done absolutely fantastic. And the pressure's on them with, sides above them in the table winning very regularly and, everybody seemingly above or around 2 points per game. And they are just keeping up. So brilliant work from Sunderland. Over to Leeds, who have got Norwich, and Burnley, who have got Plymouth tonight. We'll talk to Sam Parkin tomorrow. He's at the Plymouth game for Sky Sports. Will I be sat here saying, okay, they've all won, perfect weekend for the top 4? Would I be surprised if I was sat here tomorrow with Sam saying that? No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So it seems like for the likes of Sunderland, Sheffield United, the bare minimum was to go and win, and they have got the job done. Get in the comments, Sheffield United and Sunderland fans. We are not going to talk about Middlesbrough today. We're going to talk about the teams up here who have won back-to-back games and on for the 9-point week. But Middlesbrough did get a win. A couple of really good goals as well from Hackney and Doak. They beat West Brom in, that's a pretty key battle there. And it kind of underlines a bit of the inconsistency when you look at the spotty record of both those sides. Middlesbrough take it. They are in 5th. I still think they need to find a bit more consistency. Is Doak going to end the transfer window still at Middlesbrough? Get in the comments, Borough fans, but we will skirt over that somewhat and say congratulations for the win, because I want to talk about QPR first of all, who went up to Hull, got the job done again. Great goal by Saito, great goal by Gelhardt for Hull. 2 great goals in that game, but QPR 4 wins on the trot. QPR are the best team in the league. Even if Leeds win tonight, they won't have more points. Over 12 games now. QPR are just in rare old form. They're doing absolutely brilliantly. Remember when they were at the start of this run as well, right at the bottom of the league. They are now 4 points off 6. Sam was going big on the Championship Check-In podcast saying they could get in the playoffs. And the way I'm looking at it right now, and this could change in weeks to come. This could change if QPR drop off a little bit, or we get a bit more consistency from a Middlesbrough, a West Brom, or a Blackburn. But it does feel like, it's stating the bleeding. I think it's an objective fact to say if the current trends continue, QPR will get in the playoffs, because that's where all the maths is sending us. Whether it's viable for those trends to all continue at the same time, I don't know. But all QPR can do is keep winning games. They are in touch with it now. And I've got to say, I'm sure we'll get a couple of teams make runs. But I've got to say now, the door feels, at this moment in time, before the transfer window closes, the door looks wide open for a team to move themselves into kind of 5th and 6th place below that top 4 that have zoomed away. Well played, QPR. Outstanding. 4 wins on the trot. And could they do a 9-point week? Coventry City have also gone back-to-back. And Frank Lampard, I just watched his post-match, was talking about clean sheets, seeing out games, scoring from set plays, churning it out as you have to do in the Championship. And what a really good week. They've beaten Bristol City at the weekend and they've gone to Blackburn. And I don't know if we've got Coventry in kind of a playoff conversation yet. Probably a little bit, behind QPR in terms of form and league position and all of those things to be having that conversation. But I'll reiterate my point that I think the door's wide open. He said he wanted to get more from Sims, and Sims got himself a goal. If ever there was a player who got the most out of his talent, it was definitely Frank Lampard. So that's something he can work with Ellis Sims on as well. I think the keeper played well. What's his name? Dovin at the back for Coventry. And can they start to get on a run? I do think there's a disparity between how good Coventry's squad is and their league position, whether it's going to be too late for any kind of challenge. But we know what a run can do, and we know that back-to-back clean sheets and back-to-back wins can start a run. A 9-point week could certainly put Coventry on the right track. They've made the right start. And what more am I going to say about bloody Gary Rowett and Oxford? This is just beyond impressive now. And for fear of repeating myself, I'm going to repeat myself because I said this all at the weekend. When he won the first 2 games, you're like, this is great. It's going to regress, but this is a great little bonus. But it's gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games now. And we mentioned QPR are the best side in the league over 12 games. Oxford are the best side in the league since Boxing Day now, over 7 games. Absolutely incredible run. I think it's like 4 wins and 3 draws. Yeah, 17 points. Does that add up to 14 to 12, 3 draws? 15 points to 7, that would be. Am I right about that? I think it's 4 wins and... No, it might be 5 wins and 2 draws. Yeah, 17 points. Yeah, there you go. He's got so many points, I can't even add them up, Gary Rowett. Look, I'm doing this off the cuff. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Look, what I am right about, and I don't think anyone can debate, is this is the new manager bounce of all new manager bounce. And they look safe, don't they? I know the whole key, and we don't want to be damning with faint praise for Oxford, just be 21st by the end of the season. However you do it, even if you just have this mad run in the middle and then it regresses back down, just be 21st. But looking at it now, 10 points away from 45. We normally look at 45 to survive. It was a high tide last season. So even imagine, let's add 3 points on. Even imagine it's 48 to survive. So they would be 13 points off that. They've got 18 games to go. Oxford are in that position now where they can be quite bad, almost very bad, and still get to another 30, win another 3 games and draw a few. Add the draw 4 for your 13 points to get to 48 across 18 games. They can be not very good, and they're still going to survive. It's either going to take a terrible run, a really terrible run for Oxford, or a high tide, or a kind of combination of both. And it all feels rather unlikely that that's going to happen at the moment. Right now, Oxford are looking like survival, absolutely nailed on. And look at the character as well. They're doing well at home. I think Rowett's won all of his home games. I think I'm right in saying that. And they came from behind twice, and Luton can be quite chaotic, and it was that way. And defenders were scoring all the goals as well. Just absolutely outstanding from Oxford. And yeah, you just can't argue with the fact that right now it looks highly unlikely that they'll go down. And I've thought for big parts of this season that Oxford would go down. And I also thought it was a bit harsh to sack Des Buckingham, but looks like I'm going to be wrong on both counts there. And I'm very, very happy to be so in terms of the brilliant form of Oxford United. We will wrap it up there so I don't waffle on for hours. Great win for Preston as well. Paul Heckingbottom is pulling them towards the middle of the table where they always are. They went to Watford and won. That's not good for Watford's playoff challenge, which seemed to be banking on brilliant home form, and have started losing home games. And Millwall and Cardiff drew 2-2 as well. But we will focus on the incredible kind of intensity of that promotion race, and what the wins for Sunderland and Sheffield United meant. Were they the absolute bare minimum? We'll find out tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And which, more than one, any, all of them, let me know which of those 3 teams, QPR, Coventry and Oxford, may be in line for a 3-game week of 9 points. And what would it actually take for Oxford to go now? What would it take for QPR or even Coventry to get in the playoffs? Get in the comments and know. And also let me know if you want regular hot takes on a Wednesday, because I'll do them. But you need to watch them. You need to hit the thumbs up. You need to get in the comments. That's the deal. We'll catch you tonight for the watch along, and we'll catch you tomorrow with Sam Parkin for Championship check-in and predictions. Busy 3-game week.